DeSean Jackson's in the news for a ridiculously anti-Semitic post that he put on social media. I'm not going to quote it. I don't even want to say much about it. I'm just flabbergasted that something that ridiculously wrong would end up on social media. The question is this: what are the Eagles going to do about it? Now, when Riley Cooper was videotaped using a slur back in 2013-14 timeframe, early in the Chip Kelly tenure in Philadelphia, they found a way to move forward, which surprised me because, frankly, Riley Cooper wasn't good enough of a player to justify finding a way to move forward. But they got Mike Vick involved. He smoothed things over in the locker room. There were guys like LaShawn McCoy who wanted Riley Cooper out. And once the Eagles were done with Cooper, he never could find footing anywhere else. DeSean Jackson falls into a category right now in his career where he's not good enough to justify the trouble. And we know this is how it works for football. Great players, key players, you find a way to work with them. You don't want their redemption to come with one of your arch rivals. Lesser players, you make an example out of them. Now, I think the right thing to do for this kind of hatred in this moment, for that kind of ridiculous anti-Semitic talk in this moment, the right thing to do is sever ties, regardless of who it is. It's an easier analysis for the Eagles because it's a guy who's on the downward slope of his career. They got nothing out of him last year, although what they got in week 1 against Washington, and I remember talking to Carson Wentz after that game, Jackson's abilities, the 2 long touchdown passes that he scored helped turn around a game that was going the wrong way for Philadelphia. And until they know how their rookie first rounder is going to work out, maybe Jackson's in that no man's land between obviously you get rid of him and obviously you find a way to work it out with him. My preference would be for this kind of hatred in this moment, there should be no tolerance for it, and there should be a significant consequence. But the reality is this. I don't think DeSean Jackson is canceled. There's going to be somebody out there. If the Eagles move on from DeSean Jackson, once he makes the proper atonement, and he's already trying, I don't know, taken out of context, misconstrued. It's like Charles Barkley saying he was misquoted in his own autobiography. There's a point where you can't say that what you said isn't what you meant to say. But at some point, he'll get that second chance, especially this year, with the likelihood that plenty of players will end up on the COVID-19 list as this virus inevitably spreads through locker rooms, practice fields, game fields, etc. So that's the analysis the Eagles have to engage in. And their owner's Jewish, and their general manager is Jewish, and we'll see how they react to the ridiculously anti-Semitic thoughts that were put on social media by DeSean Jackson. We may do a second PFTPM later today with an update. For now, the Eagles haven't said anything. I assume that they'll be saying something sooner rather than later.
Hi, I'm Mike Tirico, and thanks for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe for the latest news and highlights from NBC Sports.